Hello, and thanks for tuning in to this special encore pop-up edition of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show, where we typically bring you the broadcast on Tuesdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. through Facebook, and then we upload the shows to other social media outlets. But today we have a continuing segment, an encore edition, as we'll hear from the minority Speaker of the House, Hakeem Jeffries. And he talks about calming the waters, ending political violence. And we'll have a special segment where you will hear from Karoline Leavitt. She is the White House press secretary, as she held a press conference, and they both see things a little differently. So stay tuned. And we're excited to bring you the encore edition of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. Stay tuned. Here we go.
Yeah. Turn it up real quick. You're now locked in with the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. Independence has its value. Let it ring loud. Different voices, real choices, breaking out the crowd. From the streets to the ballroom, from the mic to the soul. Andre Whitehead Radio, yeah, we in control. Yeah. Business features, spotlight dreams, entrepreneurs building kingdoms, all visions and schemes. Free gifts for the people, yeah, we give back love. Community first, got the city rise above. News you can trust, no smoke, no gang. What's really going on, yeah, we say it plain. Family fun, keep the kids all smiling. Radio waves with the heart so inspiring. Independence has its value, feel the vibration. Truth on the airwaves, real conversation. From the hood to the hills, every voice has a role. Andre Whitehead Radio, mind, body, soul, yeah. Non-profit voices get a seat at the table, helping hands, strong hearts, making change when we able. Politics talk straight, no spin, no disguise, just facts. Different views, let the people decide. Community service, boots on the ground, not just talk on the mic, we be moving around. Sports talk, fire every win, every loss. From the playground dreams to the championship cost. Upcoming events, mark the date. Special features, don't be late. Culture, unity, elevation. Independent voice for the next generation. Next generation.
Hello and welcome to a special encore edition of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. We appreciate you all so very much for joining us. The radio show, though we distribute it on social media, is formatted, as you see, as a radio show, and we thank you so much for tuning in. And we know that we typically bring you the show on Tuesdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. But again, we have more to share with you today. So Tuesday, we presented some segments from the press secretary for the White House, Ms. Karoline Leavitt, as she talked about the shooting over the weekend, the attack on the president. And she made some interesting remarks, and we wanted to provide you both sides of some of the things that she said. So we're bringing you the press conference from Minority Speaker Hakeem Jeffries, as she spoke on Monday, countering some of the remarks, some of the claims from the press secretary, Leavitt. Also, he responded to folks who held a press conference. Todd Blanche, U.S. Attorney General, Jeanine Pirro, U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C., and Kash Patel, the Director of the FBI. Again, Hakeem Jeffries gave his take on many of the remarks that they all made. We add those remarks again in the Tuesday radio show. So again, welcome to this special encore edition of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show that is brought to you by our premier sponsors, the great folks at PAC Law Group, helping you with whatever legal matter that you may have. Be sure to give them a call, 540-586-7225. That's 540-586-7225. Or visit their website, paclawgroup.com. So we'll take you to the opening remarks with Hakeem Jeffrey with his weekly press conference. Stay tuned.
Donald Trump and House Republicans have now shut down the Department of Homeland Security for more than 70 days because Donald Trump and Republicans want to continue to drive their extreme immigration agenda and violent mass deportation machine led by ICE down the throats of the American people. Several weeks ago, a bill was sent over from the United States Senate that was supported by every single Republican and every single Democrat in the Senate. It's a bipartisan bill that has been languishing in the House of Representatives. We can bring that bill to the floor today, and it would fully fund the United States Secret Service. Why is Mike Johnson and House Republicans continuing to refuse to bring that bipartisan bill to the floor that would fund TSA? It would fund the Secret Service. It would fund FEMA. It would fund the Coast Guard. And it would fund the cybersecurity professionals at the Department of Homeland Security who are working hard to keep us safe. Instead, it's House Republicans that continue to play partisan political games. If they really do believe we need to act swiftly, there's a vehicle to do it. Bring the bipartisan Senate-passed bill to the House floor today, and it would fund the Department of Homeland Security in its entirety, with the exception of ICE and the violent Republican mass deportation machine. Questions?
Kevin? Mr. Leader, I want to get your response. I realize this quote is a quotation from someone else, but you Republicans continue to hit you over saying maximum warfare everywhere all the time in your tweet after the Virginia election. So I want you to respond to that. And from a macro perspective, if you can, what are you advising your members to do about rhetoric right now that you can criticize the president without facing GOP criticism?
Political violence in any form directed at anyone, whether that's the right, the left, or the center, is unacceptable. Period. Full stop. The notion that any of us are concerned with so-called criticism from these phony Republicans as it relates to anything that has been said, certainly as it relates to the comment related to maximum warfare everywhere, all the time, in connection with the redistricting battle that Republicans launched. I stand by it. You can continue to criticize me for it. I don't give a damn about your criticism. First of all, that phrase, maximum warfare, everywhere, all the time, came from the White House in the summer of 2025, when they started this redistricting battle. And now they're big mad. Why? Because Democrats have decided to finish it. Get lost.
We'll have a commercial break. You're listening to the encore presentation of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. We thank you so much for joining us as we bring you the press conference with House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffrey, again, countering some of the things that we presented to you in the Tuesday radio show. We appreciate you all for joining us. Our broadcast is brought to you by our friends at Tharp Funeral Home and Crematory, celebrating the lives of our loved ones with dignity and care. They're at tharpfuneralhome.com. And as always, we'd love to have you join our promotional and advertising team. We have deals and offers that you can't refuse. Give me a call, 434-528-9828. Stay tuned. The encore edition of the show continues in a moment.
Hi, I'm Matt Bright, the owner of Bright Images. I want to encourage you to check us out. We service customers from Bedford to Blackstone. We are a full-service print company, and we also provide audio and video services as well. Please check us out at www.brightimagesmedia.com. You can email us at sales@brightimagesmedia.com or call us at 434-846-8273. We're here to serve you. And you're listening to the Andre Whitehead Radio Show.
My name is Merle W. Thornhill IV, and as a family-owned funeral home here at Tharp Funeral Home, we offer a warm and friendly environment, a caring and diverse and compassionate staff, an on-site crematory. We also offer Maybe, who is our comfort dog who helps assist families during this grieving process. If there's anything we can ever do for you, please let us know and visit us at www.tharpfuneralhome.com or register for our pre-planned meal seminars. Let our family serve your family.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this encore presentation of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. We appreciate you for being here. And I do want to invite you to tune into our television show this weekend. We'll be bringing you part 2 of our exclusive interview with the Honorable Judge Eugene Butler. You don't want to miss this. It'll happen this Sunday at 9 o'clock a.m. and Saturday morning early at 6 a.m. on the CW network. Of course, we'll share it in all of Hampton Roads, Saturday 7 a.m. on WGNT, and it will air Sunday 9 a.m. and Monday 5 p.m. in Hopewell, Chester, and Petersburg, Virginia. Sunday 9 a.m. and then Monday 5 p.m. on WTJV. But of course, right here in the Lynchburg, Roanoke, Danville market, check it out, Sunday 9 a.m. and then early Saturday morning 6 a.m. on the CW network. Don't miss it.
Thanks for joining us for the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. We'd like to assist you. Contact us at Whitehead Media Ventures today. Call 434-528-9828 or email us at whiteheadmediaventures@gmail.com. Let us help you.
Hello, everyone. This is Andre Whitehead with Whitehead Media Ventures. Thank you so very much for tuning in to this edition of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. I appreciate you all so very much for tuning in and being a part of this remarkable experience. I have good news. On May the 17th, we will present the first annual Whitehead Media Ventures Community Scholarship Fashion Show, where our community leaders will hit the runway donning their best casual outfits, best dinner business outfits, best formal outfits. And they'll come to an open mic and promote their favorite businesses, ministries, nonprofits. And you're invited. Again, it will be May the 17th at 4 p.m. That's a Sunday at the Hilton Garden Inn, Orange Woods Road. So come on out and hang out with us. The general admission tickets are only $85. We do have VIP tables and seats at $100 per. Help us raise money for our scholarship initiative, where we will be giving out scholarships in August. We'll tell you more in the next break. To get your tickets and tables, call me 434-528-9828. Now back to the show.
Hello, my name is Dr. Keith Anderson, and I'm your financial services professional. If you need help with life insurance, health insurance, annuities, perhaps even retirement savings plans, I'm your man. Give me a call at 434-944-2867, and I'm here to serve you.
Dr. Kevin Mitkiff is a family and cosmetic dentist serving Lynchburg, Forest, and surrounding areas. Whether you need a cleaning and checkup, teeth whitening, or advanced procedures, His goal is to provide superior care to improve and maintain your dental health. Visit Dr. Kevin Mitkiff, Family and Cosmetic Dentist, at 20331 Timberlake Road, Suite B, in the city of Lynchburg, and give him a call at 434-239-8133. Kevin Mitkiff, Family and Cosmetic Dentist, proud sponsors of Conversations, our television, radio, and Facebook broadcasting.
This is Sheriff Don Sloan, the city of Lynchburg, and I'm excited to talk about Lynchburg Project Lifesaver. Lynchburg Project Lifesaver is a program that the Lynchburg Sheriff's Office started in 2002. It's a life-saving program that uses tracking technology for those individuals in our community that have dementia or Down syndrome or some mental-related disorder that may cause them to wander from their caregiver. And this program provides life-saving technology to find them, locate them, and historically, we've had over 115 successful searches and safe returns since we started the program. And it's just a great program that we offer to our community. And those that need this service, should they wander away, historically we have found them within 30 minutes or less. And so we invite you, for more information, to contact Lynchburg Sheriff's Office at 434-847-1301 if we can be of assistance to you. Lord bless. Thank you.
This is Matthew Pack from Pack Law Group. Have you been recently injured in any type of accident? I would love to help to assist you in this and get you the compensation that you deserve. If you have any other questions, we can give you a free consultation. Give us a call at Pack Law Group at 540-586-7225, 540-586-7225, or visit us online at packlawgroup.com, packlawgroup.com. And you're listening to the Andre Whitehead Radio Show.
Hello and welcome back to this special, encore edition of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show, where we typically come to you on Tuesdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., but we have more to share. We thank you all so very much for joining us as we bring you the press conference from Hakeem Jeffrey, who serves as the House Minority Leader, as he holds a press conference every Monday. And his press conference was in response to some of the things that we presented to you from the White House Press Secretary, Carolyn Leavitt, and others in leadership in the Trump administration. The encore presentation is brought to you by our friends at 518 Family Services. Visit their website, 518.org. Let's go back to Hakeem Jeffries.
Can you characterize the fractures between the United States and the United Kingdom? And do you think that a speech by the King tomorrow, what will need to be said to repair some of those divides?
We look forward to the state visit by the King. We look forward to greeting him here in the Capitol before he speaks to a joint session of Congress in a bipartisan way. And we look forward to the conversation about what has been our closest ally in the world. And it's a special relationship between the United States and the United Kingdom. That toxic Republican policies over the last 15 months or so are eroding. And hopefully the King's visit is going to go a long way toward repairing the damage that this administration has done to one of our most important allies in the world, and certainly our most important ally in NATO.
Are those policies that warrant Iran as a terrorist?
The White House is saying that in the aftermath of Saturday night, that a ballroom should be authorized by Congress to allow the president to have these kind of events and be secure. Would you support, given those concerns, will you support Congress authorizing the construction of a new ballroom at the White House?
At the moment, from the standpoint of national security concerns, here's what I think is most important. that we end this reckless and costly war of choice in the Middle East. The Republicans promised to stop wars in the Middle East, not start them. Those were Donald Trump's words. And Donald Trump and Republicans have now gotten us involved in this reckless and costly war of choice. Billions of dollars are being spent in the Middle East, and our national security posture hasn't been enhanced. There are many who argue that Iran right now is stronger as a result of the war that Donald Trump launched than they were beforehand. They've got control of the Strait of Hormuz. Gas prices have increased. Freedom of movement has been restrained. And now we're in an indefinite ceasefire because it appears that the administration is on its heels without any exit strategy to actually put the American people in the strongest possible position.
Thanks for tuning in to the Encore edition of the radio show. Somewhat of a pop-up version. We did not promote it, but we thank you so much for tuning in. The broadcast is brought to you by our friends at Terry Auto Group. Visit them at terryautogroup.com for the best in transportation. Let's get back to Hakeem Jeffrey as he takes questions from my colleagues with the press. This is the Andre Whitehead Radio Show.
I have not seen a specific request with respect to the ballroom, but needless to say, we have to drive down the high cost of living. Life has become more expensive as a result of Donald Trump and Republican policies over the last 15 months. We have a broken healthcare system. Apparently, Republicans don't want to spend any time talking about that because they enacted the largest cut to Medicaid in American history. And taxpayer dollars are being spent to brutalize and kill American citizens like Renee Nicole Good and Alex Preddy. And we have a reckless and costly war of choice that's spinning out of control in the Middle East. These are the things that we should actually be focused on, not a vanity project that resulted from the destruction that was unauthorized of the East Wing of the White House.
Mr. Leader,
Thank you, Mr. Leader. I saw your statement on the new Florida map, but I'm curious, were you surprised that the map was so aggressive that DeSantis went after 4 seats instead of 2, given what you described as Democratic overperformances since Trump was elected? And can we expect you to be as active in pushing back against this particular map as you were in support of the Virginia?
The so-called map, which is a DeSantis dummy mander, actually is blatantly unconstitutional. The Florida Constitution is pretty clear as a result of the Fair Districts amendments that were enacted back in 2010. It explicitly prohibits partisan gerrymandering. And so what is the reason that in the middle of the decade, Ron DeSantis has come forward with a map that is designed by his own description to add 4 additional Republican-leaning seats? It is blatantly unconstitutional. If Ron DeSantis wants a different map, he should do what Democrats did in California and Virginia. Take it to the voters, Ron. The problem is he's afraid of that. And so he's going to try to bully the legislature to enact a map that clearly violates the Florida state constitution. And by the way, because it goes after communities of color in South Florida and in Central Florida, also violates the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. No matter what happens with the callous decision in Louisiana, the 14th Amendment still stands. So when it's all said and done, the DeSantis dummy mander is going nowhere as it relates to providing Republicans his clear objective with additional seats. And at the end of the day, because of our forceful response, Republicans are in catch-up mode right now. They're not getting 5 seats out of Texas. They're fortunate if they get 2 or 3. They are deep in the hole. And Florida is not going to make a meaningful difference as it relates to their efforts to rig the midterm elections. That effort has failed. It's over. And what the DeSantis dummy-mander might lead to in the first instance is that based on our analysis of the map, there are anywhere between 3 and 5 additional seats that Democrats can pick up if we get a turnout that mirrors 2018 or 2020. And that's exactly what we expect will happen.
Well, it's time for us to take another commercial break. You are listening to this encore special edition of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show, where we typically bring you the broadcast on Tuesdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then we upload them to other social media platforms. But we had more to share with you today as we bring you the press conference, the weekly press conference with Hakeem Jeffrey, who is the House Minority Leader. When we come back from commercial break, you'll hear from the press secretary for the White House, Ms. Caroline Leavitt, as she talks about toning down the rhetoric, calming the waters, and preventing political violence. And of course, Hakeem Jeffries didn't quite agree with her remarks. We'll give it all to you when we come back. Stay tuned. We're right back in a moment.
I'm Dr. Keith Anderson, and I'm your financial services professional. If you need help with life insurance, health insurance, estate planning, perhaps you need assistance with your Roth IRA or individual retirement account, if you just give me a call at 434-944-2867, I'll be sure to help you.
Once again, thanks for tuning in to this encore edition of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. We appreciate you for being here, and we invite you to tune in to all of our Facebook Live shows. They happen Sunday nights at 9 p.m., sometimes at 8 p.m. We talk politics. Don't miss the Andre Whitehead Political Show on Facebook. Monday mornings, 8 a.m., we kick off your week with good news on Good Mornings with Andre, Monday mornings at 8 a.m. Tuesdays, of course, as we mentioned, we bring you the 2-hour radio show from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. here on Facebook. And then Thursdays at 8 p.m., we tackle the toughest topics, conversations, the Facebook Live news show. Fridays, we have something really special, kind of sexy. We bring you The Late Show, where we tell romantic stories on The Late Show with Andre Whitehead Facebook page. Check it out. And then Saturdays at 9 a.m., we talk sports, conversations, the sports show. So don't miss our many Facebook Live shows. Thank you.
Do you want to own your own home? I can help you. I'm Coach Davina of DB Homes for Hope. I will take you from being the distressed renter to a confident homeowner. I will help you increase your credit score to 650 and above, to reduce your debt to 43% and below, and ultimately increase your savings so that you have 3 months of expenses saved. I'm Coach Davina. Give me a call. I'm waiting for you. 434-321-8802.
Sterling Oil Company also offers a full line of heating and cooling equipment backed up by a professional, courteous, and experienced staff. Call 845-0971 and get dependable, fast service from the Sterling Oil Company today. We'll be happy to serve you.
Thanks for tuning in to the Andre Whitehead Radio Show, where we, again, have good news. You are invited to an evening of elegance. Don't miss Elegance, the Whitehead Media Ventures Community Scholarship Fashion Show. May the 17th, starting at 4 p.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn. We have VIP tables that seat anywhere from 8 to 10 people. The tables are $100 per seat. The general admission tickets are only $85. The VIP tables will line the runway where you will have the best view. And then we have some amazing surprises. Don't miss Elegance, the Whitehead Media Ventures Community Scholarship Fashion Show. Don't miss a night of elegance. May the 17th at 4 p.m. Call me now to make sure that your tables and tickets are reserved. 434-528-9828. 434-528-9828. 434-528-9828. Don't miss an evening of elegance.
Hello, my name is Merle W. Thornhill IV, and I'm here at Tharp Funeral Home and Crematory. And I have been in the funeral industry for over 23 years now, and I just wanted to let everyone know that if you are looking for a caring and professional facility, Tharp Funeral Home is the one for you. Let us have the privilege of making this last chapter special for you.
Thanks for tuning in to our broadcast for news, current affairs, business features, special segments, family fun, politics, personal profiles, and so much more. We'd like to assist you. Contact us at Whitehead Media Ventures today. Call 434-528-9828 or email us at whiteheadmediaventures@gmail.com. Let us help you.
This is Matthew Pack from Pack Law Group. Have you been recently injured in any type of accident? I would love to help to assist you in this and get you the compensation that you deserve. If you have any other questions, we can give you a free consultation. Give us a call at Pack Law Group at 540-586-7225, 540-586-7225, or visit us online at packlawgroup.com, packlawgroup.com.
Hello and welcome back to this special edition of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. This is the encore presentation as we had more that we wanted to share with you. The broadcast is also brought to you by our friends at Lynchburg Project Lifesaver. This organization is administered and free to the public by the Lynchburg Sheriff's Office. Call them today to sign up your loved one. 434-847-1301. That's Lynchburg Project Lifesaver, 434-847-1301. And by the way, hey, don't miss Elegance, the Whitehead Media Ventures Community Scholarship Fundraiser, May the 17th. Call me for details, 434-528-9828. As we return to the radio show, you'll hear from Carolyn Levitt as she talks about violent rhetoric. Then Hakeem Jeffries responds. Stay tuned.
We can and we should have fierce disagreement in this country. As you all know, we disagree often, myself in this role and all of you in the news media. But those disagreements must remain peaceful. Debating, peaceful protesting, and voting are how we need to settle disagreements, not bullets. Nobody in recent years has faced more bullets and more violence than President Trump. This political violence stems from a systemic demonization of him and his supporters by commentators, yes, by elected members of the Democrat Party, and even some in the media. This hateful and constant and violent rhetoric directed at President Trump day after day after day for 11 years has helped to legitimize this violence and bring us to this dark moment. Those who constantly falsely label and slander the president as a fascist, as a threat to democracy, and compare him to Hitler to score political points are fueling this kind of violence. The left-wing cult of hatred against the president and all of those who support him and work for him has gotten multiple people hurt and killed, and it almost did so again this weekend. When you read the manifesto of this shooter, ask yourselves, how different is the rhetoric from this almost assassin than what you read on social media and hear in various forums every single day? The answer, if you're being honest with yourself, is that there is no difference at all. Much of the manifesto of the would-be assassin is indistinguishable from the words that we hear daily from so many. For example, as the First Lady of the United States pointed out this morning, just 2 days prior to the shooting, ABC's late-night host Jimmy Kimmel disgustingly called First Lady Melania Trump an expectant widow. Who in their right minds says a wife would be glowing over the potential murder of her beloved husband? And having experienced what I did with the First Lady on Saturday night, I can tell you that she was anything but that. This kind of rhetoric about the president, the First Lady, and his supporters is completely deranged, and it's unbelievable that the American people are consuming it night after night after night. As President Trump said on Saturday night at this podium, we as Americans must recommit ourselves to resolving our differences peacefully and uniting around the shared values that make our country great. The deranged lies and smears against the president, his family, his supporters have led crazy people to believe crazy things, and they are inspired to commit violence because of those words. It has to stop.
You are listening to the encore presentation of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show as the press secretary for the White House, Karoline Leavitt, continues to talk about calming the waters, ending the violent rhetoric. And then we'll hear from Hakeem Jeffries, who may see things quite different.
Just from the rhetoric, you mentioned the First Lady and Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel's comments were, "Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow." And he said this days before the shooting, but there does seem to be a normalization of rhetoric about assassinating this particular president. How can this administration try to put an end to this?
Well, I think you heard it directly from the president on Saturday night, Aisha, that in his words, we need to recommit ourselves as a country to toning down the rhetoric and to unifying around what makes our country great. That's true of everyone who works in this White House, but as I said, it's also true of everyone who has a voice and a platform across this country, whether you're on television, a podcast host, people listen, and when you have mentally disturbed individuals across the country who are listening to this crazed rhetoric about the president day after day after day, it inspires them to do crazy things. And unfortunately, it's not just the media, it is the entire Democrat Party has made their pitch to voters across the country that Donald Trump poses an existential threat to democracy, that he is a fascist, and that they compare him to Hitler. I mean, these are despicable statements that the American people have been consuming for years. And so many mentally perturbed individuals are led to believe these words are truth and then are inspired to act on it. I have a whole host of examples that we can share with you after. It is pages and pages of major Democrat Party elected officials saying, such as Rep. Hakeem Jeffries just this month said, "We are in an era of maximum warfare everywhere all the time." Governor Josh Shapiro said heads need to roll within the administration. Senator Alex Padilla said people are, quote, dying because of fear and terror caused by the Trump administration. Senator Elizabeth Warren, President Trump is making the country look like a, quote, fascist state. Senator Adam Schiff saying President Trump using a dictator playbook. Senator Ed Markey calling President Trump a dictator, saying that this administration's actions are authoritarianism on steroids. Governor J.B. Pritzker, never before in my life have I called for mass protest disruptions. These Republicans cannot know a moment of peace. You have Rep. Presley saying, "We'll see you in the streets." Rep. Monica McIver, a Democrat representative on Capitol Hill, "We will not take this shit from Donald Trump. He thinks he's a dictator. We are at war." These are Democrat elected officials calling for war against the President of the United States and his supporters. I could go on, but again, when you have people in positions of power that are saying things like this every single day for years, you are inspiring violence by people who are already mentally ill. And that's what we've seen against this president for far too long.
That was White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt talking about calming the waters to prevent political violence. This encore edition of the radio show is proudly brought to you by our friends at Tharp Funeral Home, celebrating the lives of our loved ones. They're at tharpfuneralhome.com. Now, we'll take you to the minority speaker, Hakeem Jeffries, with a slightly different take.
Mr. Leader, I know you said you stand by your comments. At the same time, you have been the subject of threats as well. So with respect to this comment about maximum warfare, even if it's about redistricting, why not tone down the language here in this moment?
I think that what's interesting to me, as you pointed out, is that the so-called White House press secretary, who's a disgrace, she's a stone-cold liar, had the nerve to stand up there and read talking points being critical of statements all taken out of context that Democrats have made, and didn't have a word to say about anything that MAGA extremists have said or done, including providing aid and comfort to violent insurrectionists here at this Capitol on January 6th who brutally beat police officers. The president then pardoned those violent rioters, many of whom have gone back into communities across the country to reoffend. And as you pointed out, one of whom threatened to kill me. He said, kill the terrorist. Where did that language come from? What Republicans use that language? Why did that pardon MAGA extremists, violent insurrectionists, choose to use the language of terrorism directed at me when he threatened to kill me at an event? And so how can we take them seriously when they raise these partisan attacks and completely ignore the fact that a lot of folks, including Governor Shapiro, his home was attacked by an arsonist when he and his kids and wife were there. And this so-called White House press secretary wants to lecture America and lecture us about civility. Get lost. Clean up your own house before you have anything to say to us about the language that we use.
Real quick, some of the Jeffrey Epstein survivors are back in the Capitol today. What will a Democratic House majority do to see them get justice, to see the violators be brought to justice?
We want to continue to make sure that we lift up the Epstein survivors in their quest for transparency and accountability, and to end the cover-up that many of them have said they fear is underway.
So what are your thoughts on calming the waters, ending violent language, ending political violence? Our phone line is open if you'd like to give us a call or shoot us a text. 434-528-9828. That's 434-528-9828. We'll have more from Hakeem Jeffries after we have this commercial break, as we bring you the encore presentation of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. We thank you so much for tuning in. We'll also thank our premier sponsors, the great folks at Dr. Kevin Midkiff Dentistry. Dr. Kevin is my dentist, and he wants to be yours. So simply give him a call to schedule your cleaning and or evaluation. 434-239-8133. That's 434-239-8133. And we also want to thank the great folks at DB Homes for Hope, helping folks to become homeowners, helping folks to improve their credit rating, helping folks to establish adequate savings to become great homeowners. They're at dbhomesforhope.com. Stay tuned. This encore edition of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show continues in a moment. We're right back.
I'm Dr. Keith Anderson. Listen, I'm here for your support. I want you to reach your financial goals in the most expeditious manner possible. The best way is to be prepared, but you prepare through financial education. Let me help you. If you just give me a call at 434-944-2867, I'll be sure to help you.
Dr. Kevin Midkiff has maintained a patient-centered restorative practice in the city of Lynchburg since 1989. He's a member of the Lynchburg Dental Society, the American Dental Society, the Academy of General Dentistry, the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry, the American Academy of Oral Systemic Health, and also has received advanced cosmetic training from the Seattle Institute for Advanced Dental Education. And Dr. Midkiff and his friendly staff are waiting to serve you. Visit them at 20331 Timberlake Road, Suite B in Lynchburg, Virginia. Give them a call, 434-239-8133. 8133. Dr. Kevin Mitkiff, family and cosmetic dentist.
This is Tommy Carter. I'm the Chief Deputy at Lynchburg Sheriff's Office. Just wanted to talk a little bit about Lynchburg Project Lifesaver. And this is a program that the Lynchburg Sheriff's Office offers to the citizens of Lynchburg for people that have a disorder that would cause them to wander. For more information, please contact the Lynchburg Sheriff's Office at 434-847-1301. If you're interested in enrolling somebody in Project Lifesaver, you can come by the Sheriff's Office and pick up client application, or you can go to our website, Sheriff's Office, go to Project Lifesaver, and you can fill it out online and it'll be sent in automatically. And a deputy will come out, talk to you, and sign them up.
Hello, my name is Merle W. Thornhill IV, and I'm here at Tharp Funeral Home and Crematory. Why come visit us here at Tharp? We administer compassion and professionalism here, and we have an on-site crematory where your loved one will stay in friendly staff. Be sure to reach out to us. Our phone number is 434-237-9424, or visit our website at www.tharpfuneralhome.com.
Do you want to own your own home? I can help you. I'm Coach Davina of DB Homes for Hope. I will take you from being the distressed renter to a confident homeowner. I will help you increase your credit score to 650 and above, to reduce your debt to 43% and below, and ultimately increase your savings so that you have 3 months of expenses saved. I'm Coach Davina. Give me a call. I'm waiting for you. 434-321-8802.
Thanks for tuning in to this special encore edition of the radio show. I'm Andre Whitehead. Thank you so much for tuning in. And once again, we invite you to tune in to our special exclusive interview with the Honorable Judge Eugene Butler. It'll take place this Saturday at 6 a.m. for the early risers, and then Sundays at 9 a.m. on the CW network in this Lynchburg, Roanoke, Danville, Martinsville market. Be sure to check it out. It will also air in Hopewell, Chester, and Petersburg, Virginia, Sunday 9 a.m. and then Monday 5 p.m. on WTJV Channel 3. And it will air in all of Hampton Roads because he's got an amazing story. In Hampton Roads, Saturday 7 a.m. on WGNT. But again, locally, Lynchburg, Roanoke, Danville, Market. Don't miss it. Sunday 9 a.m. and then early Saturday morning 6 a.m. on the CW network. It's the Honorable Eugene Butler exclusive. Don't miss it.
Thanks for joining us for the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. For news, current affairs, business features, special segments, family fun, politics, personal profiles, and so much more, we'd like to assist you. Contact us at Whitehead Media Ventures today. Call 434-528-9828 or email us at whiteheadmediaventures@gmail.com. Let us help you.
Hi, I'm Matt Bright, the owner of Bright Images. I want to encourage you to check us out. We service customers from Bedford to Blackstone. We are a full-service print company, and we also provide audio and video services as well. Please check us out at www.brightimagesmedia.com. You can email us at sales@brightimagesmedia.com or call us at 434-846-8273. We're here to serve you.
Hey, this is Matthew Pack from Pack Law Group. I just wanted to invite you to come down and enjoy a family environment when you decide that you need legal services, whether it be criminal defense, whether it be domestic relations, custody and divorce, or personal injury. If you've been injured in a car accident or injured in any way, we're here to help you. We're here to serve you. Please give us a call today at 540-586-7225, 540-586-7225. Or you can visit us online at packlawgroup.com. Again, PACKLAWGROUP.com.
Hello and welcome back to this special edition, the encore edition of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. As many of you know, we typically bring you this broadcast on Tuesdays live from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. But we had more information to share. Be sure to just scroll down our social media pages and go to YouTube to catch the show from last Tuesday when you have a moment. In the encore presentation, we're bringing you the press conference from Minority Speaker Hakeem Jeffries. He holds a press conference every week. He held one this past Monday, and we are bringing it to you today again in the encore edition, which is brought to you by our friends at Miller Built Outdoor Equipment. That's Miller Built Outdoor Equipment. Visit their website, millerbuiltoutdoorequipment.com. Here's Hakeem Jeffries.
Congressman Obernolte and you introduced their bipartisan AI bill today. How are you currently advising Democrats to talk about AI? And if Democrats take the majority, what will your AI legislative priorities be?
We look forward to making sure that America and our homegrown companies can continue to lead the world in this transformative technology. But at the same period of time, we've got to make sure we protect the American consumer. We have to protect the American homeowner. We have to protect the American ratepayer from some of the downsides of the explosion of what has been taking place across the country, particularly in connection with data centers. We've maintained from the very beginning, as House Democrats, that we want to support innovation excellence while at the same time making sure there are guardrails to protect the American people.
Jeffries, the alleged gunman made a reference to the president as a pedophile, a rapist, and some of your own members have made some very similar comments on the House floor. You don't think that perhaps may have been, these comments may have incited perhaps this alleged shooter?
I haven't had an opportunity to read the manifesto. The defendant should be prosecuted to the full and complete extent of the law.
After this weekend, are there any changes to member security being discussed? After all, there were a number of members without details assigned to them that were there, and are there specifically for events that are maybe not on federal property that have a lot of members there?
We need to continue to review in a comprehensive way the security measures that are being taken to ensure that members of Congress, whether those are Democrats, Independents, or Republicans, are able to do their jobs safely so they can do their jobs effectively. We've made a lot of progress in this regard since the events of last summer, beginning with what tragically occurred in Minnesota, and have now increased supplemental security funding to $20,000 per month as available from the Sergeant at Arms office. And we'll continue to evaluate, hopefully in a bipartisan way, the steps that we can take to ensure that public servants in this increasingly violent political environment are able to do their jobs. We embrace the fact that everybody should take the temperature down. We're just not going to be lectured by extremists on the other side of the aisle who are looking directly at the camera and then lying to the American people.
You are listening to this special encore edition of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. We thank you so much for joining us. This special broadcast is also brought to you by our friends at Anderson Consultants, LLC, helping you with whatever financial matter that you may have. They will take care of you. You tell them we sent you. Call Dr. Keith Anderson today, 434-944-2826. Let's get back to Hakeem Jeffries. Stay tuned.
Question on defense. Pete Hegseth will be up here this week asking for a $1.5 trillion defense budget. Is that something Democrats can support?
Pete Hegseth should be fired.
On FISA, do you expect any level of Democratic support for the rule tomorrow? And have Democratic committee leaders been brought into the conversation enough to expect any level of Democratic support for the reauthorization itself?
The problem that continues to exist as it relates to FISA, which in the abstract is an important national security tool, is the concern that many Democrats have, including myself, that this surveillance mechanism could be abused by the likes of individuals like Kash Patel and the acting attorney general. These people have weaponized the criminal justice system, and they simply cannot be trusted to protect the privacy and the civil liberties of the American people. So we'll see what happens on the floor this week. Here's the one thing that we know is not happening on the floor this week. Republicans are doing nothing to lower the high cost of living. Costs in this country continue to go up. Gas prices out of control, housing prices out of control, health insurance costs out of control, and Republicans continue to do nothing to make life more affordable for the American people. They would rather talk about vanity projects or try to fan the flames of hatred against the people that they perceive to be their political adversaries. Thank you.
Well, it's time for another commercial break. We thank you all so very much for tuning in to this encore edition of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. We thank you so much for tuning in. We'll have that break and we'll wrap up the show, so stay tuned. And by the way, let me say thank you to so many of you who have followed, listened, shared the radio show. It's different. It's long form. We have a lot of content to share. And new editions of the radio show premiere every Tuesday from 7 to 9 a.m. on Facebook. And then we upload them to other platforms. If you like to be a guest to discuss the goods and services you offer the community, if you like to be a guest to highlight your ministry, nonprofit, upcoming event, or even your political campaign, you just call me. We will take care of you without a doubt. 434-528-9828. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show. Stay tuned.
This is Sheriff Don Sloan, the city of Lynchburg, and I'm excited to talk about Lynchburg Project Lifesaver. Lynchburg Project Lifesaver is a program that the Lynchburg Sheriff's Office started in 2002. It's a life-saving program that uses tracking technology for those individuals in our community that have dementia or Down syndrome or some mental-related disorder that may cause them to wander from their caregiver. And this program provides life-saving technology to find them, locate them, and historically, we've had over 115 successful searches and safe returns since we started. For more information, contact Lynchburg Sheriff's Office at 434-847-1301 if we can be of assistance to you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Keith Anderson, and I'm your financial services professional. Listen, my team and I are waiting for you. We're waiting for you to give us a call so that we can help you thrive in this environment. Financial wellness is very important. In fact, financial wellness impacts your intellectual well-being, your social well-being, and believe it or not, your mental emotional well-being. So if you give us a call, we'll help develop an individual service plan for you to help you reach your financial goals. Give us a call, 434-944-2867.
Sterling Oil Company also offers a full line of heating and cooling equipment backed up by a professional, courteous, and experienced staff. Call 845-0971 and get dependable, fast service from the Sterling Oil Company today. We'll be happy to serve you.
Don't miss Elegance, the Whitehead Media Ventures Community Scholarship Fashion Show. It will take place again May the 17th, Sunday, 4 p.m., where our community leaders will show you their best casual wear, dinner wear, and formal wear. They'll walk the runway, come to an open mic, and promote their favorite businesses, ministries, and nonprofits. And we hope that you will join us. We do have VIP tables that are $100 per seat. They seat up to 8 to 10 persons. And the general admission tickets are only $85. We'll have food, we'll have entertainment, we'll have music, and we're bringing in a special performer. Don't miss the Night of Elegance, May the 17th, 4 p.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn. Call me to make sure that you are locked in. 434-528-9828. 434-528-9828.
When you're looking for a criminal defense attorney, you need to call the Pack Law Group, 540-586-7225. Again, that's 540-586-7225.
We thank you so much for tuning in to this encore special edition of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show, where we typically bring you new episodes every Tuesday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, we want you to be a part of what we do. As you see, we give added additional value and promotion and advertising to our clients. We want to do the same for you. None of those other folks will bend over backwards the way that we do for our clients, and we'd love to show you what we can do. Give me a call. We have customized packages to fit your budgets and to create awareness, to make sure your phone rings, to make sure people walk through the door. So give me a call. Also, it's the political season, and many folks are trying to reach the voters. We can do that for you as well. On social media, with all of our combined pages, we have over 50,000 followers. Our TV shows are in hundreds of thousands of homes. It makes no sense not to call 434-528-9828. 434-528-9828. Did I give you the number? 434-528-9828. Call me now. I'm working.
For over 3 centuries, there's been one independent agency growing businesses, breaking news, highlighting events, promoting nonprofits, and helping ministries. And we'd like to assist you. Contact Whitehead Media Ventures today. Call 434-528-9828 or email us at whiteheadmediaventures@gmail.com. Let us help you.
My name is Merle W. Thornhill IV, and as a family-owned funeral home here at Tharp Funeral Home, we offer a warm and friendly environment, a caring and diverse and compassionate staff, an on-site crematory. We also offer Maybe, who is our comfort dog who helps assist families during this grieving process. If there's anything we can ever do for you, please let us know and visit us at www.tharpfuneralhome.com or register for our pre-planned meal seminars. Let our family serve your family.
Well, that concludes this special encore edition of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. We love this additional segment. We love this pop-up segment as we had a chance to bring you the press conference from Minority Speaker Hakeem Jeffries. And then we also brought you portions of the press conference from the White House with their press secretary, Caroline Leavitt. Of course, they saw things a little differently, and we always try our best to present both sides of whatever story that we do share with you. So we thank you all so very much for tuning in. I do want to thank my premier sponsors who sponsored this encore edition of the radio show. Thank you to all of them. And once again, we would be remiss if we did not officially, continually invite you to Elegance, the Whitehead Media Ventures Community Scholarship Fundraising Fashion Show. It takes place May the 17th, that's a Sunday, at 4 p.m., where members of our community will walk the runway wearing some of their coolest attire, and they'll promote their upcoming events, nonprofits, and businesses. Call me to be sure that you attend. 434-528-9828. All right. You have a great day, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.